r/askreddit. What's a big industry secret that isn't supposed to be known by the general public? You use too much Dawn dish soap. That stuff is ridiculously concentrated. Obligatory highest rated comment edit. Don't tell me what I can top my flan with. That's the dirtiest sounding non-dirty thing I've ever read. Midway games at carnivals or fairs purposely let people win early on in the day. This way people carry around the prizes and advertise them for the rest of the day. Edit. Guess I should mention I volunteered at my local fair for several years. Midway game attendants use misinformation through internet forums to get people to play their carnival games early in the day, during their biggest downtime. I'm not sure what to believe anymore. Unpaid interns do everything that used to be considered entry level. and now entry level means 3 years experience, degree plus industry certifications. The entry level means this job is not well paid. I'll chime in with some not entry level experience buzzword translations, so that all the people reading this who are entry level or interns can get a heads up. Fast paced environment equals every day is a complete clusterfuck and management are either assholes or idiots. And probably both. Startup culture equals we don't even have furniture for everyone. Flexible work schedule equals you will work 7 days a week, every week. We'll also forget that when you request time off, generous benefits package equals the same or slightly share package as everyone else. Feels like a family working here equals you'd better not already have one of those, because we have a dysfunctional one all ready to go for you. Don't forget, able to self-manage shit rolls downhill and the buck stops with you. Competitive compensation package competitive with other staff in the organization, not other companies. Must be motivated we are going to work you like a farm dog. Yeah, those are dead on. Self-managed also means read minds in a lot of companies. And as a bonus, the minds you are supposed to read are crazy as F. The modern corporate environment is reaching parody levels of Customer service also have mute buttons, and they use it to laugh at you and or call you names while you're busy complaining. I use the mute button to eat snacks on call. Same. We have mango o'clock every day at 3, and if you interrupt it, you'll just have to deal with all of us eating mango on the phone. Edit. Okay, I get it. It should have been called mango clock. And we are not in India, we are in Atlanta. I really feel passionately that it should be changed to 2 o'clock for the it takes two to mango jokes that can be made. Somebody make this guy a manager. It says here on your resume that you make great puns. That's why you should resume me a manager. Nearly every caller you hear on Top 40 radio is either a intern or someone else close to the studio. Everything is fake. Especially that War of the Roses hit. Those prank phone calls are fake too. John Cena. That was my local radio station. The lady on the other end was the wife of an audio technician. Ike. She wasn't in on it, but it was definitely planned. Of course it was. They literally tell her at the end of the call that it was a prank that her husband set up. Every programmer in the world occasionally writes a very bad code that sticks with the app / program forever. / temporary fix. File last modified January 2009. / warning. Do not remove or the program won't compile. Number define 55. Number run definition 5. If the first project I released is still out there anywhere, then it will still contain. Number define 17.3. Our printing department printed your t-shirts wrong, and right now they are filling in the missing ink spots with Sharpies. At Subway my manager never once bought real mayonnaise. The light mayo and the real mayo are both light mayo. Investigate those duckers. This is the shadiest scandal associated with Subway I've ever heard. Worse than the 11-inch footlong. Your children tell us nearly everything about what goes on in your home. Source, preschool teacher. Thanks for all the upvotes and replies. Cracking up reading some of these. Small children are just like tiny little honest drunk people. A lot of people probably know that when a TV show goes into syndication, that some scenes will be cut from episodes to make them slightly shorter, to fit in more commercials. What people don't know is that the show can be slightly sped up as well, to squeeze in just a little more advertising. Friends was the first one I noticed it on. They did it so much. Did the characters speak in high-pitched voices? Woo, Ariana Break. nor that's just his voice. I attended a songwriting workshop at Berklee School of Music, and Anna Wise, Grammy-winning songwriter, Kendrick Lamar collaborator, told the audience during a presentation that whenever someone magically blows up on SoundCloud or YouTube, that it's not authentic. A label will sign the artist in secret, and then suddenly boost their viewership tremendously to make it look like the independent artist did it on their own. I mentioned this in my post. Also, there are some clever tricks out there to make artists seem more independent than they are. The band Paramore was first signed to Atlantic, one of the biggest major labels ever, but their albums were released on indie label Fueled by Ramen in order to make them seem more punk or DIY. This was literally the post I was going to make. That's what happened with Fall Out Boy, and they realized how well that model worked, so they used it around Panic at the Disco, Paramore, etc. Fob was essentially signed to FBR, and then Atlantic bought most of the label, releasing TTTYG under it to appear indie. Paramore is a much more interesting story. The label actually only signed Hailey. They then realized she would make more sense in a band, got the band back around her, and then pushed them on FBR for the indie appearance. This is all when Vinny of Less Than Jake, FBR founder, left the label. He was going to do basically a tell-all in alternative press, but it never came out. There's a lot more to it, of course, but that's the basic Cliff Note version. Source: I know the owner of a once extremely huge pop punk label in the early zeros. Edit: this clearly blew up, and a lot of people seem to have questions. You're more than welcome to PM me if you'd like. And TTTYG refers to Take This to Your Grave, Fall Out Boy's first label album. Printer ink cartridges are meant to signal that they are empty after a certain number of pages, even if they still have some ink left. God damn it, all that ink I wasted. Not sure if this is an industry practice, but a very popular online retail company in my country has no in-house web designers or any other IT staff beyond your generic networking techs. Anytime their website or backend systems need work, they simply advertise a permanent position and give the job of sorting out whatever they need done as a trial for the candidate. Once completed, they then inform them that the position is no longer available and send them on their way. They've been doing this for years. Edit: well, that escalated quickly. Name and shame, so us devs can tell them to go swivel. Edit: this comment has enough exposure to now let me ask an unrelated question. I've got a plumbus. A maid got it for me. I've got no idea how to clean it. I'd also like to know a bit more about how it was made. The best way to deal with a request like that from a web company is to install a shutdown code into the software you are creating that automatically turns the software off or deletes it once a certain day. If they hire you, you just remove the switch and proceed as normal. If they are just looking to screw you, they'll pull the fast one and be shitting their pants once it all goes kapoof. Protect your work. Edit: I'm getting a lot of PMs screaming that this is illegal, and I think the issue here is that this is being viewed different ways. In my part of the world, if you are giving someone a trial, they are submitting work as a sample. It is not expected to be used and should only be used to evaluate their skill. It seems that in other parts of the world the phrase trial is part of their probationary period. That would be part of initial 60, 90 or 120 days of their hiring period, so that the company can properly evaluate their work while paying them to do so. In no uncertain terms, should you consider installing time bombs or kill switches into your code while people are paying you for your work? To clarify for everyone reading, I'm simply referring to work that is submitted as a sample, not work that you have been paid for or are receiving a salary for, or just in a little DOM manipulation script. We can have fun with it too. Make the headers and logo change colors, including the alpha spectrum. Have the content in the HTML aligned to the left or fly around the screen. Align it so that the content is in the shape of a giant penis. Rocket science is like 90% plumbing. It's hardly brain surgery. On the other hand, brain surgery isn't exactly rocket science. If you are enjoying the video, please give a thumbs up and leave a comment. Customer service text chat can see what you're typing in the box before you hit send. Please help me. The Batman is Comey. Please help me. The Batman eye. Please help me. Please. Hi. I had a problem with my order. Reddit Silver Point JPG. Sorry I'm poor. A bottle of Windex is basically 95% water, 4% ammonia, and 1% blue dye/fragrance. The most expensive part of the product is the bottle. So should I just go to Ace and buy ammonia and mix my own? Buy a tin of denatured alcohol and use that plus water for all your glass cleaning needs. Also any metal cleaning you need, it's basically the main component in razor cleaning station solution. Just wear gloves when dealing with it in the bath. Stuff's nasty. Edit. Lots of people mentioning Vinegar. That's okay for Windows. But don't do that if you're refilling razor cleaning solution cartridges with it. Go straight alcohol for the grease breaking and evaporative properties. Do not dilute. Ironically, this relates to the automotive performance industry as well. You can buy a gallon of methanol injection fluid for a pretty penny, but a gallon of de-icing washer fluid is the same stuff with blue dye, and it's $4. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can watch together.